Macro traders and investors, here we are, and I'm Domenico, and I bring you my institutional vision on global markets. Get ready because today we are analyzing why your job isn't safe and how to adapt, survive, and thrive. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into the US job market in 2025, and let me warn you, it's a wild ride. If you're feeling uneasy about your job, you're not alone. Nearly half of Americans are worried about layoffs, and a staggering 66% can't survive a month without a paycheck. That's the reality of what we're facing, and it's only going to get tougher from here. From AI shaking up industries to disappointing job reports and whispers of stagflation, the labor market is sending warning signals you cannot ignore. In today's video, we are breaking it all down, the hard numbers, the hidden trends, and most importantly, what can be done to protect yourself and your family in the uncertain economy. Whether you're in tech, healthcare, or any other field, no job, guys, is truly safe anymore. So grab a notebook, hit that subscribe button, and let's get into it. Let's start with the cold hard facts. The US job market is not as strong as it seems. Official reports from the Bureau of Labor Statistics show that job growth has been underwhelming in 2025. We're talking about numbers that are barely keeping up with population growth. For example, recent reports added far fewer jobs than expected. Think 100,000 instead of 200,000 that analysts predicted. And here's a kicker. Previous month's numbers have been revised sharply downward, sometimes by tens of thousands of jobs. That means the economy looks stronger on paper than it actually was. Unemployment also is creeping up too. As of this month, the headline unemployment rate is around 4.2%, which does sound low, but it's up, quite up from last year. More concerning is the labor force participation rate is dropping, which means, in layman's terms, fewer people are working or even looking for work. But why? It comes down to the fact that they're just discouraged. Others are retiring early, many just stuck in gig jobs or underemployed and just don't show up in the employee column and just people are just giving up. And that's why the participation rate is falling because of that. This, guys, does paint a picture of a labor market that in real terms is softening, with hiring slowing to a crawl in many sectors, and it's just not the numbers. There's a growing sense of insecurity. And there was a recent survey that was founded in the US that 48% of Americans are worried about losing their jobs. That's nearly half the workforce. Whereas 66% of workers say they couldn't cover their expenses for 1 month if they were to lose their income. That's a big problem. And also a massive wake up call. If you're watching this and you don't have a financial safety net, we'll talk about how to build one later in this video. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room, AI or artificial intelligence. A lot of people think AI's impact on jobs is some far off future problem. But that's wrong. It's happening right now as we speak. The tech industry is growing. It is ground zero and growing. In 2025 alone, we've seen massive layoffs, hundreds of thousands of jobs cut at companies like Microsoft, Intel, Oracle, Cisco. But why? These companies are pouring billions into AI development and they are restructuring to prioritize automation humanoids over human workers. It's just not just entry level jobs. We're talking here, guys, mid level roles, administrative positions, even some creative and analytical jobs are feeling the heat. For example, AI tools can now handle data analysis, customer support, and even basic software development faster and cheaper than any human can ever do. And a recent report also estimated that 30% of current jobs could be automated or significantly altered by AI within the next decade. And we're already seeing this happening already at the early stages of being this year. But it's not just the tech guys. Retail sectors, manufacturing, and even finance are seeing AI creep in. Self checkout kiosks, robotic assembly lines, AI driven financial advising tools are replacing roles that used to be secure. And the scary part of it all is that this is just the beginning. If you're in a job that involves repetitive tasks or data processing, You need to start thinking about how to adapt fucking fast. So let's zoom out and look at the bigger economic picture. The Federal Reserve is paying very close attention to the weakening job market. Fed Chair Jerome Powell, or too late Powell, recently signaled a dovish stance, which is a fancy way of saying they're worried about the economy slowing down and obviously the labour market. They're hinting at a cutting interest rates to stimulate growth, which they did hinted in Wyoming when they were in Jackson Hole. Think lowering borrowing costs for businesses, which could lead to more hiring. Yes, they need to cut, but obviously it's not 100% if he makes it political, but we'll wait and see at the next FOMC. But that's a recipe for stagflation, basically a nightmare scenario for the administration and the Federal Reserve. Scenario where you've got high inflation, slow economic growth, and rising unemployment all at once. It's like trying to juggle flaming torches while riding a unicycle. Not fun, scary. The Fed's in a tough spot. They want to boost the job market, but they can't ignore inflation. For you, this means economic uncertainty is here to stay, and definitely over the next 5 to 7 years. And that impacts hiring, wages, and job security. Speaking of uncertainty, let's talk about the political side of things. The job market data we rely on is definitely under scrutiny. President Donald Trump recently made headlines by firing the head of the Bureau of Labor Statistics, accusing them of manipulating the job numbers to make the economy look better than what it was. Whether you agree or not, the fact is we've seen multiple large revisions to growth in job numbers this year. For example, 1 month's report was revised downward by nearly 70,000 jobs. After the fact, this raised a big question: can we trust the data? Definitely not. It's all skewed. But if the numbers are off, it's harder for workers, businesses, and policymakers to make informed decisions. Add to that the government hiring freezes in some sectors, and we've got a recipe for confusion. And the takeaway: don't just rely on the headline numbers, dig deeper, because the real story is often worse than what's reported. It's always the case in everything. All right, enough doom and gloom. Let's talk about what you can actually do to protect yourself in this era of set it and forget it. Job security is over. So you need a game plan to stay ahead in 2025 and beyond for the next 5, 7 years, 10 years, etc. Firstly, guys, you can upskill, especially in artificial intelligence. And the blessing and benefits that are coming is that you don't need to become a coder anymore. With tools like Caffeine AI in the next several months coming out for the masses to use, everyone can be a developer. Think of a good business idea, talk to the AI using natural language, and make that idea happen. Learning to use AI tools can make you more valuable. Platforms like Coursera, Udemy, and even free YouTube tutorials can teach you how to use AI for tasks like data analysis, content creation, or automation. If you're in tech, look into certifications in machine learning or cloud computing, quantum computing, or if you're in another field, learn how AI is being used in your industry, how to utilize it within your industry, within your business, and get comfortable with those tools and always grow and develop in utilizing those tools. That is fundamental. Also, guys, build an emergency fund and invest into the AI future. Financial experts recommend having 6 to 12 months of living expenses saved up. So if you're part of that 6% that can't last a month without a paycheck, start small. Cut back on non-essentials, automate your savings, and aim for at least $1,000 as a starter fund. Not financial advice, but also investing in ICP will be beneficial taking advantage of the AI economic singularity. Many will retire from betting on the AI economic singularity, and ICP will be at the heart of that framework. Not financial advice, do your research and watch my videos. Diversify your income. As I said, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Start a side hustle, freelancing, tutoring, or even selling digital products online, especially now with Caffeine AI. So easy to start an e-commerce app, talk to it, create applications. We also got platforms like Upwork, Fiverr, and Etsy that can make it easier than ever. Even a small side hustle, which is easy, you can build easily now, which can be a lifeline if your main job disappears. So try to diversify your incomes through business, investing, etc. Network like your job depends on it. And this is big because it might help you definitely in the future. Update your LinkedIn profile, connect with colleagues, attend industry events, even virtual ones. Many jobs aren't posted publicly, but they're filled through referrals. So try to build a strong network because this can also help you with business opportunities within your career or getting a promotion with your career, building that career. But at the same time, always try to utilize AI within your industry and learn the tools, invest, and diversify your income within your business and in innovative technology. And not financial advice, but that will keep you ahead of the 99%. Consider human-centered careers. Some jobs are harder for AI to replace. Healthcare, skilled trades like plumbing or electrical work, roles that require empathy and human interactions like teaching or counseling are safer bets, especially with work that requires human interaction, like counseling. That is like pretty much, how can I say, it's definitely very secure compared to all the other roles because even plumbing and electrical work, eventually, once the humanoids take over, they will get replaced too, but that's probably a bit further out. It's more the repetitive tasks in the nearer term that have obviously a high degree of chances of being replaced. But yeah, you can always consider, making changes in your career that obviously you can have that career to be more protected for a longer period of time while you get into the adjustment period of adapting and learning AI tools. But here's a silver lining, guys: change and adaptability creates opportunity. AI isn't just taking jobs, it's creating new ones. Remember, roles in AI ethics, data annotation, and AI system maintenance are growing. Plus, the gig economy is booming where anybody can leverage AI without being a coder. Your grandma, the man next door, your taxi driver. AI truly equals a playing field. And I'm talking it from first hand. If you're adaptable, if you apply yourself, you can carve out a niche that's both fulfilling and profitable. And the key is to stay curious, keep learning, adapting, and embrace the tools that are shaping our future. The US job market in 2025 is a challenging place, no word about it, but you're not powerless. Weak job growth, AI disruptions, and economic uncertainty are definitely real. Not just in the US, we're talking here in Europe or in the West. 100%. 100%. We're in a major structural economic decline through Western civilization. I'm a dual citizen and into Western countries, and I'm not scathed. It's happening in lockstep. But you have to start adapting, being proactive. Start today, learn new skills, save a little extra, invest in innovation, build your network, and explore new income streams. The era of a guaranteed job security or being secure is over, but the era of job resilience is just beginning. So, what's your plan, guys, to stay ahead in this job market? But not only to stay ahead, but to thrive. Drop it in the comments below. I love to hear your ideas. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, share it with someone who needs to hear this, and subscribe for more insights on navigating in today's economy. As this video is not only to open your eyes, but used as a form of motivation to adapt and thrive in the next coming years. Hit that bell icon so you don't miss out on the next video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.